the Amico Club requires its own separate section, right? Because this this is just comedy, right? Let's reflect on this, guys. I mean, who still has a deposit out there? Just the diehards and masochists and degenerate video game hoarders like myself, right? I mean, that's who has deposits still at this point. So what are you going to do with that? I mean, what are you going to do? The statute of limitations, probably in most states, is already gone. What are you going to say? Yeah, it's been a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm not getting anything back. And by the time you can do something, that LLC will be shut down. Now, guys, think about this. There's two guys in there that we know for a fact are worth over 300 mil a piece, right? These refunds would be a tax break for them, right? They could write it off. They could do any of that stuff, but they don't want to. They're not doing it for Tommy. They already know Tommy's taking the hit for all this. His reputation is the one that's being trashed. That's why they're not helping him in the lawsuit. They're not going to help him here. And after all that money, Tommy made them, right? This is the kind of friends they are, right? This is why I'm telling you, it's bad business, right? It's bad business. Tommy Tallarico took a hit in the biggest part of his life, which is his ego. He's not walking anywhere around the video game industry now. Is he going to be part of the next Earthworm Jim? I don't think so. So those are the kind of friends he has right now at Intellivision. I mean, everything about this is ridiculous. Let me give you an example. Let's say you bought the physical products, right? What are they going to do for you? They can't do anything, right? Because if they release a game with another company, that company has no responsibilities, right? They could pay, right? They could pay for them to say, okay, well, can you put them on the credits as a founders or something like that? Well, what kind of prize is that, man? Tommy created an army of trolls, and the prize you're going to give people is to dox themselves so they can be trolled forever. What kind of prize is that? You get to do that for $100? What else could you do? Well, besides the wonderful opportunity of doxing yourself, what other great prizes could they have for you? I don't know. You could get first dibs on products nobody else is buying. Everything is just from bad to worst. I mean, it's comedy, right? And I don't want to make light of anybody out there that, really needs this money and wants it back. But it is ridiculous at every point. You have millionaires here claiming that their company's broke, and they're just not willing to give that money back for any reason, right? They're going to use that money in order to parlay it into something else, if they can, take it for salaries, anything else but giving you your money back, which is the right thing to do. So what do you do now? I mean, I don't care who your credit company is, a credit card company is. Is it Discover, American Express, Visa, MasterCard? It doesn't matter. You have to call them up and tell them this insane story about a console that you've been waiting for since 2020. And you put down the deposit and you didn't ask for a refund even after this and this and this happened. They're going to be looking at you like, dude, are you serious? This is past beyond 90 days. At what point didn't you know that you were never going to see this money? No matter what, right? So just placing that phone call, guys. I mean, I couldn't do it, I mean, I'm in it for the entertainment, but if you're going to call your credit card company, I want you to record that because I want to hear their answers. They should be hilarious. But besides all that, guys, in all seriousness, I mean, if you have that money out there and you didn't get it, it's most likely you're not going to get it. I mean, just forget about it. Just the amounts we're talking about, it's not worth it for anybody to take on the case, even at doing it yourself. I mean, are you really going to spend $500, $600 worth of your time in order to get $100 back? Unlikely, right? But what I want you to see is that these guys here at Intellivision now, like I told you before, they've drawn the line, right? These guys literally have a blank check. They threw Tommy under the bus. Tommy is no longer in control of that company, or else he wouldn't be getting sued right now. It's that simple. That should tell you right there and then that he no longer has any controlling interest in the company, or he would help himself. And he can't, right? He's going to court. He doesn't want to pay the money. I'm sure there'll come some sort of agreement, and hopefully we'll get to see some court papers there that'll give us a better understanding of what's going on. But they do have a blank check with Tommy's reputation. Anything that happens that is wrong in this company gets blamed on Tommy. If you look at this email, it repeats a lot of the same things, right? It's basically saying things went wrong in the past, right? Well, who was in charge in the past? Tommy. And it gives various factors. It's not only, it's not only the chipset, right? So you can read between the lines there that, various things happen to put the company in this position, and moving forward, they have to do things differently. What this allows Phil and his team, whoever that may be, to do is do radical changes to the company, like not giving the refunds, like, putting these people, including myself, on this Amico Club and get these kind of discounts or perks or early access. Early access is all he said, right? So we get to order it first, like it's going to run out. Nothing that they're going to put out is going to run out. Very few people are interested in these games, right? Nowhere near the amount, especially if it's going to be digital product. You can make so much of those, right? That you're not buying anything. They don't have the wherewithal to make physical products, right? Maybe a limited run type deal they might make. You'll get an early access, but how limited run charges $1 billion for everything. So you're not going to get a real discount there. So they're really not in a position to give you anything of worth of your $100. So as upset as you may be, that's all you're going to get, and that's it. But they get to do it on Tommy's dime. They get to do it on Tommy's reputation. Because basically what they're telling you is the company in the past was run so bad that moving forward we have to do things differently in order to stay profitable and keep this going, because it wasn't done right the first time, right? And this is a message you're going to hear over and over again. And if you combine that message with the fact that Tom is getting sued, you should get a real clear picture of where Tommy stands in this company, number one. Number two is that they're all about making money now with what they have. They're not into giving money back. They're not going to give, anything of worth to anybody, because first of all, they don't have the money. Number one. Number two, they don't have to. If they create different companies to run all these new products, then that's the end of the story. They get to keep the money. They get to make an Amico Club, and everybody else can go pound sand, including one Thomas Tallarico.